All right. Another 4 lame-ass Democratic nominees for president. And again, well, at some point, I won't do 4 all at once. It's just the first 4, now these 4, so this first group of 8, I had to do because I bet you by the time the first debate rolls around, most of these guys are out ski or they're kids' table level or will be out shortly thereafter. So might as well get an opinion of them before they go bye-bye. So we have 4 new ones, all of them just horrible. And I don't mean like horribles in their like Republican level of screw over working people horrible, but they just suck. They're lame. That's what the title of these videos is. They're just lame. They think this shit's gonna work or get them elected or have people go, yeah, woo. Come on. Come on. So 4 more. We got Tim Ryan, congressman from Ohio. It's the part of Ohio sort of south and east of Cleveland, a place called Youngstown. And now this place is now famous for being the site of a huge layoff. Huge. The plant in a place called Lordstown. I don't know how far away from Youngstown it is, but apparently it's in his district. And yeah, he went around there and was like, oh, this is bullshit. We need to do something. We're going to help you out, get you done. Well, ain't shit happening with that. Now, in fairness to him, only in the sense that it's not like he says one thing, does another, totally sucks off GM and the other corporate people, the manufacturing people. No, he's in favor of protecting workers, and especially in the manufacturing. But he ain't got no real concrete idea on how to do it. He's just somebody who just likes to say things and then just go, oh, shit, I don't know how, I'm sorry that happened. Wish there was something we could do about it. Oh, God damn it. And so, like, he wouldn't be so bad. Like, just if you just based it on that, you're like, oh, okay, well, he's trying, I guess. But it's that when it comes to the main core issues that have been brought up over the last few years that working people really do need, the Medicare for all, tuition-free public college, cannabis legalization, infrastructure jobs, renewable energy development. Now, I don't think he's no on all of them, but he's definitely no on a good portion of what I just said.
Can you, and by that I mean the Democrats, win with Medicare for all? Is that a winning proposition in 2020?
I think some version of a public option for people to be able to go and get affordable quality health care sure is. I don't know if that's the exact nomenclature or that's how you call it, but the underlying value is a stone cold winner.
Well, let me try to pin you down a little bit, because it seems like there are a couple alternatives here, which is improve and fix Obamacare. And the other is throw it out. Bernie Sanders said, I'm not interested even in fixing Obamacare. I want a whole new plan, which is something like Medicare for all. If you have to choose, which one makes more sense?
Well, I think we do need to move towards a Medicare for all style system. The question is, what are the steps between here and there on how to get there? I think the natural next step is, how do you bring Medicare down to 55 or 50 so those working class steel workers, auto workers, coal miners, can buy into Medicare with help to be able to afford it. And then let small businesses buy in, small businesses with under 50 or 100 employees. So it's a Medicare for more system where these people can buy into it. And that's a very pro-entrepreneur, pro-innovation system that both takes care of people in the old economy and provides incentives for the new economy.
And then the others, he's like, let's do a half-assed version of what we're talking about. Like, no, haven't you got it yet? The people like you are not what we're into anymore. Like, look, you could probably still keep your job as a representative from that part of Ohio. One of the 400 whatever members of the House. Okay, fine. But president, get the fuck out of it. No. We're done with people like you. Stop it. It ain't the 90s anymore, idiot. Fucking wake up. Then you got another one. Steve Bullock, I believe it's it. There you go. And I think this guy is going to end up getting into the debate. Seriously. Because people might think he's like Sandra Bullock's brother or something. I guarantee I can't. People are so fucking stupid. They'll go, is that Sandra's brother? Oh, it's a good idea. He used to be. Oh. Dude. So now he, again, another one, just like a bunch of the people that I talked about in the last four that I, mentioned, they're platitude machines. He ain't got shit to offer you. He ain't mentioning any of the things that I just mentioned before, any of the core issues that working class people need. He's just all about unity and working across the aisle and fucking decorum and all this other bullshit that doesn't matter.
Who's our greatest global foe?
I think our greatest global foe potentially is ourselves if we continue to have the level of divisiveness we have.
Really?
Yeah. When the rest of the world sees that Congress and the president can't agree, or the divisiveness that we've seen on every single potential, either military action or other.
So potentially we are our own worst enemy.
Well, I think we can be.
Oh, like, look, he really thinks that just because he's the governor of a state like Montana, that alone is just going to get people to just magically, like, like the, what's it called? Somebody who could fucking mind. What's that Johnny Carson character where he's like, like, they're just going to think that, oh, hey, instant president. Yeah, I get it. Why not? No one cares that you're the governor of Montana, dude. You got to have actual ideas. So, of course, he's got hardly anything, or like Tim Ryan and others before him, he's like, yeah, whatever those ideas are, but let's pump the brakes on them, make them really half-assed and, kind of iffy when it comes to helping out working people. All right, well, there's another schmuck, but he might actually get in, again, just because he'll probably fillet the donors just enough to get enough money to qualify, and because people think he's Sandra Bullock's brother. I guarantee you, fucking people. Anyway, then you got Seth Moulton, this douchebag, tried to take out Nancy Pelosi for speaker, or he wanted to be speaker over Nancy Pelosi. But here's the funny thing. Now, anybody who is a political junkie like I am, they know Nancy Pelosi's pretty hardcore fucking centrist, almost on the verge of right wing on a lot of her policies. She's bought and paid for by the donors. She's no liberal by any stretch of the imagination. I know, you listen to fucking Hannity and Rush Limbaugh, you'd swear to God she's super liberal. Oh my God, commie, socialist, whatever, blah, 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 right? She's none of that shit. And everyone knows it who pays attention. But here this idiot comes from Massachusetts, not from fucking, Michigan or some other kind of faraway, sort of right-wing place. No, he comes from Massachusetts, and he's going to attack her from the right. The right. Like, and that's why he lost. That's why I would, if I had a gun to my head, which one, Pelosi or this guy for speaker? I guess Nancy Pelosi. Fuck! He's one of these guys. Like, he's so stupid that he thinks, no, I'm going to attack her from the right. Oh, you're so dumb. So then he does that with the president, too. When it comes to issues about war and foreign policy, this fucking idiot, just because he was a Marine, thinks, no, I got to attack him from the right.
But what makes you think you have politics is practical. Politics is tough. What makes you think you're one of, 22 in the field now? What makes you think you have a chance? There are a lot of people who are a lot better known than you are.
Because I'm the only one with that experience. I'm the only one with that experience of uniting Americans in the most difficult circumstances imaginable. And I'm also the only one in this race that is taking on Donald Trump on issues of security, on strength, on what we need to do to make America stronger, on what it truly means to be a patriot. I don't believe that we can win this race if we don't challenge Donald Trump, not just on his job as president, but in his job as commander-in-chief. And we have to challenge him there if we're going to win.
And briefly, because we're running out of time here, what is, because you keep talking about national security, defense, foreign policy, what is the Moulton foreign policy?
We need a totally new generation of arms. We need to be challenging China on developing artificial intelligence. on building a cyber wall to protect America, not building, a 5th century border wall. China had that debate 2,000 years ago about building a wall. We need a new generation of alliances because we have to make NATO relevant for today, because Russia is attacking us through the internet, not by sending tanks into Western Europe. And we need to make sure that we have a new generation of leaders to lead this charge. I think it's time for the generation that went to Iraq and Afghanistan to take over for the generation that sent us there.
Oh my God, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. And he doesn't buy into any of the other things, the Medicare for All, tuition-free public college, Green New Deal with renewable energy development, infrastructure, cannabis legalization, none of that. He does not care. $15 minimum wage, no. So he's all about half-ass plans or none of that shit at all. And one of his only things that he's mentioned plan-wise is this national service stuff, which I have a video about that later on, where it's bullshit. Why don't you just pay people a good wage for jobs that we already need? We need infrastructure jobs. We need renewable energy development jobs. Why don't you just pay people a fucking good wage with that? That's all the national service we need. That'll help our economy more than your dumbass national service plan. So no, but he's another idiot and just needs to get out of the way. And lastly, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio. Oh my God. What the hell made this idiot think he could actually jump in and run for president? Oh, he's so stupid. Most of the people in your city don't even like you, idiot. What are you doing? Why are you jumping in? I don't even have much to say about him because he doesn't say much. He's the usual, like all these other guys. He's either half-ass plans for what I just mentioned or nothing at all. I mean, just nothing about him. Just says, yeah, let's make him the president. And then what really sends me over the edge with cringe is I've heard him say this on a few TV shows now. He refers to Trump as Condon.
And the other point you referred to, I know something about Donald Trump that's different from the other candidates because I've watched him for decades. I understand his game plan. I understand his tricks and his strategies. And I do get under his skin. I called him on the first day of my campaign, I called him Condon because he is a con artist. That's how he's gotten ahead. And he immediately responded multiple times that day. We got to take that fight to him if we're going to disrupt him and ultimately beat him.
Okay, so I want to, before you get there, I want to talk about one of the major hurdles that you have so far in your primary campaign, and that is polls show that you have the worst favorability ratings of any Democrat in the 2020 race. 3/4 of voters in your city, New York, your constituents, say you shouldn't run.
What the fuck? Who said that? Oh, and you know what? Because you don't just come up with this shit out of nowhere. You run it by people. That's the way it is, especially with people like him. So who did you run it by who went, hey, that's hilarious, Bill. Condon. Oh, my God. It sounds like condom. Where do you get off thinking that shit's funny? Or in any way something you should just continue? Hey, you know what, by the way? I call him Condon. Fucking boo. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but that's who's running. Now, there's others, obviously, I haven't gotten to, and I will later, because they'll be around. The ones I haven't covered yet, they'll be around for a few. So I'll get to them, and I'll probably do just individual segments about them only. They'll get their own, because they actually have something to offer, either charisma, some kind of plan for something. But these idiots, they're begging to be made fun of and just proven to be just fucking worthless. So hopefully you won't have to hear about them anymore. I mean, now they all got jobs. Something like Moulton and Ryan got jobs in the House. They'll probably keep them. There's no reason to just throw them out until you get a real candidate to replace them. Bill de Blasio's mayor of the biggest city in the country. He'll keep doing that until whenever. And what's his face? The other guy, Sandra's brother. He'll keep being governor until he's termed out. There you go. But yeah, these guys suck. Do not think that they have a chance in hell of being president. And it should be a message to anybody else out there. These four, the four I did before, if you're anything like them, bye-bye.